you might be a little bit excited about this one because I know that we all really like a pie. And this is kind of between like a quiche and a pie really. So it's my egg and bacon pie. And it's just lovely when it's still warm. Plus it keeps really well in the fridge. It's great if you're going out, if you want to take something to work with you, or you just want that quick lunch. You can serve this with just all sorts of different things. It's really up to you what you do with it, but I think you're gonna really enjoy it. It looks quite impressive, but I promise you it's really, really easy to make. I don't make anything too difficult. And of course it's made using our Ninja Foodi on Bake. Now I like to always blind bake my pastry. That way I ensure that the bottom is not soggy because nobody likes a soggy bottom. So I really hope you do enjoy this one. Don't forget to hit the like button for me and also subscribe to my channel. We're now really into that lead up, dare I say it, to Christmas. And my Christmas cookbook is going to be with me very, very soon in the next week or so. So if you want to go onto my website, it's www.susannaskitchen.uk. You can register your interest in the Christmas book over there and then you'll get a notification when it is ready to be purchased. I've done them a little bit earlier this year because I know so many of you wanted them before that Christmas rush. So I really hope you do enjoy that. Of course, my other cookbooks are also available on my website. And at the moment, I've got an offer on. If you buy both of my cookbooks, which is the 99 Ninja Foodi and the 4 Seasons cookbook, you get an additional saving there. So that makes a great Christmas present if you're looking to start early. I certainly don't start early. I don't generally start till kind of around December, start of December, unless I really see something early. I probably should be a little bit more organised though, and I'm definitely going to be working on some Christmas content in the next few weeks. So come sort of mid-November into December, we'll have some brand new Christmas recipes coming your way. Right, I need to stop chatting. We need to go and start cooking. So let's go and make my egg and bacon pie. Egg and bacon is so good together. So let's make a pie. It's easy and it's delicious and you can eat this hot or cold. So I've got my bacon to start with. I have got smoked streaky bacon and I've cut that into quarters. So we've got quite nice big pieces still. I've got my eggs at the ready. I've just cut some chives out of my garden. So I'm going to add some chives to this as well because I think the flavour is really nice. Then I've got some grated cheese, I've got some milk. Ideally, you'd probably want whole milk. It's going to be a bit richer, but you can obviously use semi-skimmed. And then I have got a cheat. I've got some short crust pastry that I have bought. So let's start making this. So we're on sear and saute, a little bit of spray oil in the bottom. That just helps us to get started with this. And then we can add in our bacon. Now we want to cook the bacon on a sort of medium heat and it's going to probably take around 5 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. We just basically want to get the fat nice and crispy. So spread it out the best you can in the bottom of your pot. Then cook it until it's nice and crispy and that fat has really rendered down. Okay, so I've removed the bacon. It is lovely and crispy, as you can see. Look at that. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it? So I'm just going to set that aside. We want to leave that to cool. Now, when I make any type of pie in my Ninja Foodi, I like to blind bake my base, and that is just to be sure I do not get a soggy bottom because nobody likes their pastry like that. So for me, it's always safer to take that bit of extra time and do it like this. Now, the baking tin or pie dish, I should say, is from Amazon. That is linked on my accessories page. So that's on my website. So www.susannaskitchen.uk. I've got an accessories page and there's everything on there that I use with my Ninja Foodi. So if you do want to get the exact same one, you can. So I've got some baking parchment, baking paper, parchment paper. And I just put that in. So that's just my short crust pastry in the bottom, nothing else. Baking beans, in they go. They fill that up nicely. Just tuck that in. Should have cut it a bit smaller really, but it doesn't matter. And there we go, it's on the Ninja rack. So just lower that into your pot. I have rinsed my pot out after cooking my bacon, by the way. I'm going to close the lid and I'm going to blind bake that now. We'll then, after a certain amount of time, we'll take out the parchment and the baking beans and then cook it a little bit longer. And I'll run through that with you when that's done. So I've rolled out the remainder of my short crust pastry ready for my lid. So just set that aside for now. We don't need it for now. Okay, cheese is going to be a layer on the top. So we don't need to add that to our mixture, but I thought whilst we're blind baking, we might as well make our filling here. So let's crack in 3 eggs. And these are the ones that are going to be beaten and to make our sort of liquid filling. Just make sure I haven't got any shell in there. I think we're good. Have another little check. Okay, so 3 eggs. You want plenty of seasoning in here. It's a good amount of black pepper and some salt. And then I have already given these chives a little wash. So I'm just going to snip some in. It's really up to you how much you put in. If you don't like chives, leave them out. You can choose another herb if you want another herb in this. I think this is really nice. So I probably want, I was going to say, like around a tablespoon of them snipped up. My herb garden has done so well. I'll have to actually show you it. Let me know in the comments, has anybody else got a little herb garden? Do they use it a lot? I mean, I use mine so much. And you know, sometimes you go to make something and you think, oh, I haven't got that. Now I have. Last night I used a big bunch of basil. It's just been growing so well. Okay, that looks about right. Maybe we'll snip a tiny little bit more. Okay, chives are in. And now to measure in our milk. So I want 4 tablespoons. I think when it's a small amount, it's a bit easier to do it as tablespoons. There you go. Let's whisk that together. Now this is like the liquid filling, and that's going to go all around the whole eggs and the bacon that we put into the middle of the pie. Obviously I'm going to show you all of this, and then I'm going to top it with some extra mature grated cheddar. I mean, it even says on the packet bold and intense, because I think that goes really nice with it. Again, if you want to leave the cheddar out, you can. Maybe you want to put like some little lumps of feta in it. That would work as well. Okay, so that is all there is to it at this stage. Just got to be patient and wait for that pastry to blind bake. Okay, let's lift this out and have a look. Right, I'm just going to peel away the parchment underneath. And then we can lift it out. Now that looks pretty good. We've got some colour, and I think that's going to be enough that we then won't get our soggy bottom. So that was 160 for 20 minutes, and that is shop bought short crust pastry. So now to get the topping in. Now you want a little bit of everything when you have a bite of this pie, and therefore I like to spread out my bacon so that we have got a nice amount. You can even kind of go up the sides a little bit like this. As you can see, there's plenty of it. Now to grab your whole eggs. And you just want to, you can always make a little space and add an egg. Here goes egg number 2. Lovely. Egg number 3. Egg number 4. I think I'm going to go with 5 eggs. So sometimes you just need to do a little bit of rearranging, which is absolutely fine. And I'm going to go with one more egg in that middle part there. There you go. So 5 eggs. And now to get our mixture from earlier. And now we want to tip this on. So just do this really gently because you want to get it in between these areas. Now you may want to move some of your bacon around a little bit at this stage. That's absolutely fine. Do what you need to do. I just don't want those eggs to break up. We want them to stay nice and whole. Now, as you can see, I'm filling this right up. There you go. And just drip all of that in because there's a little bit of seasoning in the bottom there. Just going to scrape that out actually, so we don't waste the seasoning. And now for my really nice strong cheddar. And I have got 50 grams here, so this really is a good amount. And now, just by using a pastry brush, just dip it in a little bit of the milk and the egg that we've already got in here, and brush that over the sides, because that's going to give us a nice little seal when we put the lid on. If not, this is dry, the top is obviously still moist, and there's no way of that kind of sealing. So that works really well just to do that. And then over the top with my lid, I need to stretch mine out a little bit more actually. Made that a little bit short. Okay, I think we're there. Just smooth that over. You can feel that that is sticking already, which is great. And then you can just go around, cut off any excess. I mean, I have hardly got any, which is great because we don't want to waste anything. Food is expensive. We're privileged to have lots of it. And then I just, with my fork, just kind of pinch in and really seal down the edge of your pastry. Let me know what you think to this recipe. Is it one that you're going to make? Are you going to try it? Got a tiny little bit of remaining egg wash. Just in, also I should say, not really the egg wash. What was in my container? So I'm just going over the top, just to give it a little bit of a glaze. There's just a little bit in the bottom. Now we lower our pie back into our Ninja pot, and I'm going to close the lid. Now I'm going to let you know how long this takes. But a little tip with this is that if you want to know if yours is cooked or not, because obviously cook times can vary, test it. So get a really sharp knife, you know, something like this, and then you just pierce the center with the sharp knife, and obviously the filling should be set when this is cooked. If it's still runny, you put your pie back in, cook it for a little bit longer. So yeah, I'm going to put the lid down, back on to bake, and I'll let you know how long it takes. I baked my pie on 170 degrees for 35 minutes, and that worked really, really well. Look how golden and beautiful that pastry is. As you can see, it comes away from the edge of your tin, so it's nice and easy to remove that once it has cooled slightly. You can serve this warm or let it go completely cold, but look at that. When you slice into it, it really is quite impressive. Those eggs look stunning in there, and it is filled with lots of bacon and chives. I really hope you've enjoyed today's recipe.